Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Hat for our reading today. I'll choose 3 cards, read the base of the pack, and I'll also choose one from the Mystical Healing. So I'm setting the intention for our reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video. So there we have one. The Empress. 2, Rest. This is the 9 of Wands. And 8 of Cups. Moving on. This card really wants to come out. The 7 of Wands. Okay. So the Empress, this beautiful energy of Venus. Venus is in Cancer today, bringing that beautiful nurturing energy. The moon is in Leo. So we have this wonderful nurturing energy today. There has been a downpouring of light, which is constant now. The light is coming through, but the waves of light change. So we'll feel the light coming in, and then all of a sudden we'll have a change of mood. Something starts to feel different. So we know these waves, whatever waves have been coming through and we've been absorbing and activating within us, once they've activated, then another wave comes, and it's a different, slightly different, it's still light, still healing, it's still coming from the galactic core. And so we're all going through these shifts constantly with the light that's flowing to Earth. So we have the Empress, so we've been working hard anchoring this light. The Empress is Taurus, and we just moved out of Taurus into Gemini a few days ago. So Gemini is, so we've come from the earth sign of Taurus into an air sign of Gemini. So happy birthdays to all Geminis, fellow Geminis. So we've come into this place of air, really connecting to our higher self, anchoring this light into Earth as we're moving through the galactic core. This energy that's coming through, this divine intelligence that's coming through. We've been in this push-pull energy. We can be nice and relaxed, and then we can feel ourselves tensing, and then it's take a deep breath and relax, and we start to flow again. So it's a push-pull. Maybe old memories, maybe we go back to sleep and go into an old pattern, and we are tense while we're doing this. And as we realise our bodies are starting to feel uncomfortable, feel tense, we start to relax. So this beautiful Venetian energy from Venus, and we can see Venus in the evening sky, really sending and showering us with blessings. The more we come into alignment with the Empress, she is Lakshmi of the tarot. She is the nurturer, the mother, the creator. And as we come into alignment with the Empress, we start to create from the place of divinity. So as we're going through this push-pull energy, we're being asked, what are our beliefs? Are we believing in the, do we truly believe that we are worth being loved? We may think that we believe it, but actually, do we actually believe it? Or do we believe all the old stories that we've said to ourselves, that other people have said, or that we've heard secondhand from someone else, that are way out of the truth of who we truly are? And that can cause a real confusion. So we become confused of who we are, start to question ourselves based on what the outside world and our environment have said. And once we do that, once we go into that confusion and start to question ourselves, our self-belief is weakened. And as we are cutting away at all those old storylines, anchoring, and as we cut away at these old storylines, we start to increase in vibration. Our mind becomes clear and connecting to our higher consciousness with the clarity of who we are, that no one else knows us. Only we can only imprint ourselves on others. So when we start to let go of that and really come into our core vibration of divine essence as much as we can during these intense times, and they're coming through with judgment, letting go of all judgment, because that is a low vibration that keeps us in that place of judgment. So if we feel that we are being judged, it's because we are not fully in belief of ourselves. Once we have that self-belief, we stop all judgment, because we realise nobody judges us, only ourselves. So letting go, and this has been, as we're making this transition, especially with Pluto and Mars, as we're making this transition and delving deep past those old beliefs, tapping into who we are, feeling that divine essence within us, feeling that sacredness within us. And as we do that, we receive a download. We come into alignment. We draw sacredness to us. We draw love to us because we are feeling it within. So we're all in this time of creation, creating energetically a new reality, which is we're anchoring the higher consciousness into our lives, into Mother Earth. The Nine of Wands is asking us to rest, because this push-pull energy, especially time also, is behaving differently. It keeps changing, even though we feel like we're moving at the speed of light. Time's going, we're almost in the middle of the year, in June, and it seems to have passed so quickly. But personally, when I think about Christmas and the past months, it seems a long time ago. It seems like in the distance. So we're having to adjust these energies, We're having to flow with these energies. When we're feeling the tension, taking that step, going outside, placing our feet on the ground, letting all the tension drain and just flow from our bodies into the earth. Bringing ourselves back into alignment as we are evolving, as we're moving through this time of powerful shifts, and it's taking us on a new journey. So we have the Eight of Cups, and you can see he is moving there into, he's just solitary, moving, there's no footprints before him, so he's moving into a new environment, a new reality. And then we have choose your battle. So as we're taking this journey into this newness, and Archangel Michael asked me, how would you, what feelings would it invoke within you if you didn't know what was coming? If you woke up one morning and everything was completely different? Maybe it would create a shock within me and maybe in you. We may feel that, oh, we would love that change, but we wouldn't be able to comprehend it. So we've been going through this process of reaching whatever visions we have, but in a subtle way that is not too harsh on our mental health, is not too difficult and painful for our emotions, and is easier on our physical body. So we've been doing it in stages, and we're coming to that pinnacle. And this is about, what are our beliefs? Do we truly believe in love? Or do we believe that, or do we believe in pain? Because whichever we believe in, we are in this powerful time of manifestation. We will create. So when we truly believe in ourselves, regardless of what anybody else may think, or how other people may judge us, it really doesn't, it's not, if it affects our energy, then we start incurring that karma, and that becomes a belief of ours. We're all separate, we're all so unique, but are in this oneness, like the fingers of a glove, like that hands of a glove, connected to the same source, but all doing our mission differently. And that is wonderful. That is divine perfection. It's when we lose belief in ourselves and then start listening to others for our way, and which is good. It really is, because sometimes we may listen to somebody and then we'll receive a download, and that's all we needed, was those few words. And so now, as we are moving and creating divinely, it's choosing our battles. Do we have to go into defense? Do we have to really put our opinions forward and our beliefs forward, and get upset with others who don't have the same beliefs? Because no one has, we all have a different belief, we all have a different vision, a different connection. It's personal. So we are being lifted. Our vision is turning in. We are receiving downloads. There's one occurring just now that's coming through. And Uranus in Taurus. Uranus has been in Taurus for a while. So Uranus in the tarot is the Fool. It's the beginning of the journey. So what is it that we are taking with us? What beliefs are we taking with us? Are we carrying the old baggage on our backs that's heavy, but on some level we feel that if we can heal that, if we can solve these problems, if we can right all those challenges, we will be able to step on a new path. But those challenges, those experiences have brought us here into this moment for us to just let go of, realizing that every single thing occurred for our soul growth. And if we keep looking into the past, we can't step forward. So we're on this bridge to newness, to rebirth. We're being asked, what are we taking over this bridge? What are we carrying? Are we flowing? Are we tense? Are we unhappy? And if we're unhappy, this is the energy. These waves keep changing, the energies keep changing, and it will affect us in different ways. So if we're feeling sad, to actually take some time to be kind to ourselves, making sure that we are hydrated during this immense transformation that's occurring, because that's all cellular memory coming to the surface, and these cellular memories are holding a vibration. So anything that's not in keeping with this high frequency light that's coming in, a high vibration, will be coming to the surface. And if we're feeling a little bit tired, exhausted, that we're feeling some uncomfortableness, we don't have to go back and dive into the past. It's okay, I'm feeling this in the moment. I'll take a glass of water, I'll infuse the water with light. I'll ask for divine intelligence to come through and bring me the insight so I can bring light into my body, bring healing into my body. And a lot of the times we get insights that we can help others with that as well, that are really powerful nuggets of wisdom that come from with these feelings. So nothing is exactly where we are meant to be. We're being asked to rest, because the one up from the 9 of Wands is the 10, which we become overburdened. So we start taking on other people's perceptions about us, and try to write everything in the outside world when we're being asked to sit and write it within us. Write down, especially with this energy as well, this influx of energy that's coming through. Take a pad and write our dreams, I don't know about you, but personally my dreams have been really, really insightful. So the divine is speaking to us in every single way. And the base of the pack is observe. And then we have, okay, right. So then at the base of the pack we have observe. So observe how we're feeling. Are we tense? Are we feeling tired? Are we pushing through tiredness and not giving ourselves some break, even if it's only 5 minutes, just taking some time out, sitting in the sun, receiving these downloads from the spiritual sun, the central sun that's coming from the cosmic core, looking at and observing how we're feeling, observing our thoughts, observing how we're feeling. And if we're feeling vulnerable, that is beautiful. If we're feeling tender, that's okay. If we're feeling angry, that's okay too. These feelings are coming up, not for us to suppress them and berate ourselves because we're feeling them, but to actually, yeah, I'm feeling this. I'm going to run a bath. I'm going to choose a crystal and hold it. I'm going to do some self-healing. This is a beautiful time because as we are doing our self-healing, we are attuning to this divine healing that is coming through each and every one of us. And as we start to do our self-healing, we are merging with this miraculous healing light. So whatever is, this is being hung. We're being asked to wait, to look. We're stepping through this doorway. What beliefs are we taking with us through this doorway? We're stepping into a place where we've never been. These old beliefs, these old feelings are our history. They're not our present, and they're not our future. When we start to realise that these old feelings are not the truth of who we are, they're old memories, they're old emotional cellular memory coming up that can't reside here any longer. And it's how we work with them, whether we are triggered and we go into a reaction, a fiery reaction of how maybe we might have done in the past, or we actually, just let it go. Just let it go. And as we do that, feel the peace of letting it go, because the truth will always be shown. It will always, the light of truth, this light, this galactic light, will shine the truth, especially with Pluto moving. When we're moving into this, we're moving into a full moon in Sagittarius. I love Sagittarius. Around the 4th, I think the 4th of June, I'll check in my moon diary, but we're moving into this beautiful time of really focusing on our horizon, not projecting our past onto this new path. We are being assisted. We can see the energies here of the water is nice and calm, nice, just ripples. And as we stay in that place of stillness and we start to progress on our path into a new reality. And then we have the Fool. This is the Fool card in traditional tarot. It's trusting this one, and I love this card. So full of colour. She has her arms wide open, her heart, she's just being pulled to whatever she loves. She's not paying attention to anything else. She's listening to her heart. and this is taking her through this doorway. Look how light she is. She's not carrying the pressures, the burdens of the past. She's staying in the moment, knowing that as we stay in the moment, we are this clear and open vessel for the divine to work through and guide us. So wonderful time. And Chiron is in Aries, asking us to really look at what is coming up, especially with this card as well, allowing it to dissolve, doing the time for healing. Maybe speak to someone, that you can trust, and you know, once we get things out, especially with a therapist that can cleanse and clear, when you've released, it empties that dustbin that we've been carrying around with us for so long, thinking this is normal, when actually freedom is normal. Well, if there's anything of normal, but freedom is a beautiful feeling. Love is a blissful feeling, and they are at the core of who we truly are. That's the identity of our original blueprint. So it's letting go of the old that weighs heavy, opening our hearts and allowing this energy to flow through us. So flow through us gracefully. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, coming in, reminding us that we have all the support that we require. The universe is constantly manifesting from what we are, from the energy that's emitting from us. We're constantly weaving a reality. And as we come back and know that we don't have to go outside of ourselves to weave it, to fix it, sit inside and allow those beautiful feelings to flow through us. Those wonderful messages, divine messages that are coming through now, coming out into our reality, really creating a vibration. Words are so powerful, so powerful. And whatever we speak, we will start to create. We speak from our own perception. And when we have a clear conscience, when we don't have any judgment or any, that everything else is as it is, we are then clear, our voice becomes clear. We then speak from a place of authenticity, from the language of light. And this card is just telling us that everything's there. We don't have to worry. Worry is the past. Worry is the past. Hold on, look at your true beliefs. If you've got a belief that you are lovable and that we deserve love, we will draw that to us. We don't have to go out searching for it. So looking at our relationships as well, things are changing. Energy's changing. We're all moving on to our own paths now, and to let that happen with ease. New beginnings again. And then we have movement. This is the Chariot, which is the Cancer connects with Cancer in the tarot. So this is a card that connects with Cancer, and Venus is in Cancer. So this beautiful energy, this art energy that some people may not get. Some people may fully believe in the third dimension and not be open and aware to the higher states yet. But that's for us, that's where we are moving to. And if we try and stay in the third dimension and connecting and moving into the fifth and higher dimensions, it shows that we've got some kind of entanglement there. There's some emotional entanglement. There's some false beliefs going on. To allow everybody who may be in the third dimension and that's all they are aware of now, and that's fine, but there will come a time where they are awakened, and it will happen through a dark night of the soul that we've all had. It will happen through something that happens in their lives, and then they start to look for something greater, something more wholesome. And this transition is untangling from the third dimension as much as we can. And if we do slip back, that's fine. We're all a work in progress. None of us are fully activated in the higher dimensions yet, but it's a work in progress. And as we are working to that and moving, this is the chariot. Our body's the chariot, and as we're taking our bodies into this ascension, we're feeling the aliveness, we're feeling the expansion, we're feeling and seeing absolute miracles and magic in our lives. And we will never go back into that contraction. We just start to expand and expand and expand, and as we're expanding, the universe is expanding. There's a powerful expansion occurring. So the chariot is the card of our ascension. It's the card that we guide our physical body and create in our lives due to that whatever is energetically coming from us. So if we go into a dip, we will go off our path. If we go too far up, we will lose ourselves and lose others. It's being that medium of really listening to those loving messages and actually we know them, but putting them into practice. The first hurdle, when we might start to go back into the third dimension and into our old patterning, and before we know it, we're in our shadow. But catching ourselves the moment we can, we might disappear, it doesn't matter, but we'll catch ourselves, or someone will come to us and say something, and it might be just something simple like offering us a glass of water, and then we drink the water and think, oh my gosh, I feel so much better now. Remind that I need to drink more water, because as we are taking in more light, it's about staying hydrated to keep us functioning inside. If the body starts to feel dehydrated, it takes its toll on our physical body, on our thoughts, on our digestive, on every single aspect of our physical life. So the message coming through loud and clear is make sure that we are hydrated. And me personally, I haven't felt like eating, I've been fasting, so I'm having to drink more water and making sure that if we are fasting, that if our appetite isn't as it normally is, that we're taking the relevant supplements so that we can still move, that we can still flow, that we can still put our actions, that we're not so depleted that we've got no energy to actually do anything. So powerful time now. Our bodies are really feeling this, and making sure that we are flowing, staying in that middle road, staying in that middle way, connecting to the higher powers, allowing it to come through us, alchemizing anything that is required healing, and making sure that, yeah, we're aware of what's going on in our outside reality, but we're not plugging into it if it's causing any kind of distress. And then balance. I know I said 3 cards and then 1, but the cards are speaking so powerfully, and these are major arcanas, so there's powerful messages, big energy coming through, and this is a voice from the divine saying everything's going to be okay. Everything is in divine order, not to worry, go with it, trust it, trust love, trust your soul to guide you. And then we have the Temperance, which is asking us to balance that divine masculine, the divine feminine. And as we do that within, we then start to harmonize our bodies, our physical body, our life. Everything starts to harmonize, not to be tempted, because the outside world, as we start to shift, make this shift, that our environment will be shouting even louder of, can you trust that? Are you sure you know what you're talking about? Are you sure you know what you're doing? Trying to put doubt there, and it's no doubt. There's no room at this time of our transition, of our transformation, for doubt. It will weaken us. If we're feeling doubtful, take a breath. Know that that's our old insecurities speaking to us. It's our old beliefs that have got us nowhere. Doubt will not get us anywhere. There comes a time when you stop doubting, because you look at all the stress and all the doubt that you've placed on certain situations in your life, and they've worked out amazing. So you start to lose that need for doubt, because you feel the weakening of it. You can have doubt in your relationship, which is the divine masculine, the divine feminine. If you doubt your relationship, you've put a big essence of weakness in the very heart of it. So when you trust the right people, that the people who are in alignment with you will make the way to you, and that's wonderful. They're already, if you're looking for love, they're already on the way. They are following their divine guidance as you're following your divine guidance, until you merge together in this beautiful place of the heart, 2 hearts merging as one. What a beautiful message. So I'm asking now for a message from the mystical healing. We have awaken your vulnerability. It's okay. It's okay to not know what is in the future. It's okay, because God's already there. Our guides are already there. We're already being looked after. Anything that standing out, speaking, being our authentic self, it can make us feel vulnerable, because we've shedded so many layers that it's almost that we are becoming transparent, that we are becoming naked, if you like, showing our true light. And that can create a vulnerability, because like the 8 of Cups is guiding us. We've never been in this environment before where we've fully trusted ourselves, where we've opened our hearts, and it can be quite vulnerable, but that's good. That's okay. That's the human. That's the gentleness within us, because as we're vulnerable, we allow other people to be vulnerable, and that is a beautiful healing. So allowing us to feel that vulnerability, instead of suppressing it and putting a hard shell on and armouring ourselves. And this card is speaking from the cherubim, from the angelic, from our ancestors. There's so much energy in this vulnerability. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is beauty. When we're feeling vulnerable, sometimes we may go into defense, but just staying we don't have to defend ourselves. This vulnerability at the core of us is part of our essence, and it has an intelligence, that an intuition that guides us from harm if we're feeling vulnerable in certain situations. And that's not to resist or push people away. It's we start listening to it, and we start connecting with it. We don't get fearful with it. It's a vulnerability within us. So powerful cards, wow. And our body's going through so many changes. Changes in our situations in our life can open up some vulnerability. That's okay, but soon we become aligned and balanced, and that vulnerability is it's not a weakness, it's a part of our soul. And we all have felt it throughout our lifetimes. So awaken it if you're feeling vulnerable. And just choose one more card from the mystical angels, from the mystical healing. Yeah, transform anger. Okay, yeah, it's okay to feel vulnerable. We don't have to step into anger. It's not a weakness. Transform anger. Instead of going into the old triggers, really listen to the words we may be using. But if we do step into that anger and we do project, then, you know, there's a vulnerability that occurs after, and there's a powerful energy with this vulnerability and anger. The divine masculine, the divine feminine. So being gentle, really being gentle with ourselves. And this video is quite long, and I'm going to have to go in a second because I have clients. So really be gentle. it's okay to be who we are, and it's okay for others to be who they are. There's lots of healing going on. So I'm sending so much love, and thank you for listening. If you stayed to the very end, thank you so much. I'm sending so much love and healing to each and every one of you, and thank you so much for your comments, for your likes, for your subscriptions. They really do help me and keep bringing me back to do this. So thank you so much. And there's my vulnerability. There you go, asking for likes and subscribes. That makes me feel vulnerable. However, so yeah, just see what it is that brings your vulnerability up and honor it. Honor it. Thank you so much for listening. God bless. Thank you.